And welcome into this video. I would like to take you through how non-resident individual can file for their employment income tax return. A person is referred to as non-resident individual in case a person does not have a permanent residence in Kenya and happen to be earning income in Kenya, which is subject to pay. That means that that individual has an active TIN number or KRA PIN number. And in order to file their return, since it falls slightly different to that one of resident individual, you need to get into the iTax portal, and then you need to enter your iTax PIN or KRA PIN. So let me populated my KRA PIN here, which is A015 43007A. Then you need to hit continue. You need to ensure you have entered the right KRA PIN. Also, you need to ensure you have your password right. In case you have forgotten your password, you need to click forget password and you'll be able to reset it using your mobile number, and also the reset password will be sent into your active email. Then you need to enter a simple mathematical computation here, which is basically 121 minus 13, giving us a value of 108 if I'm not wrong. Then you need to log in into iTax. When you log in into iTax, you need to come to where we have return, then choose file returns. Then you need to choose the tax obligation is income tax non-resident individual. Then you need to click next. Then I have already filed my return, that's why I'm getting the pop-up. So in your scenario, the type of return here will be original. You need to select date to be ranging from 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025. You can choose to download the auto-populated ITNR, which is the income tax non-resident returns, which is auto-populated sheet of your income, how your income was being populated in your PIN form, also reflecting the iTax portal. But in my scenario, I usually recommend you use these downloaded auto-populated ITNR, but you need to do it concurrently with your PIN form so that you can compare that the value which was populated and the value which is in your PIN form technically correlate. But in my to be more accurate, I usually recommend to use the traditional Excel method. So just click here to download it, download the Excel sheet. So when you download the Excel sheet, it will be downloaded, and now you can be able to access it using your File Explorer. So just come here and see it. So to avoid confusion, because there is one which I had downloaded previously, I can technically delete them from here to avoid confusion. So when you download this zip file, what you need to do, you need to click above that zip file. You need to come to where we have properties. You need to click unblock. You need to click apply and then click OK. The reason why I have done that is to avoid something we call macros in Excel, which block opening of this document or editing of this document. Then you need to click above that document, come to where we have extract and choose to extract the content of this document. So when you extract the content of this document, you need to click above the Excel sheet and then choose to open. Please open with Microsoft Excel to avoid macros problem. So just open with Microsoft Excel. Then what you need to do, just enable content. So this will enable you now to edit this document and populate the details from your PIN form. So what you need to do, to get the details which you need to populate here, you need to get the details from your PIN form. So just get into my PIN form and take my TIN number, since here we are required to enter the personal identification number, which is your KRA PIN. So just get into my PIN form and take the PIN of the employee, because I am an employee in Kenya. So just take this value and come and populate it here. You also need to come here and choose the type of return. In your case, it will be original. You need to come here and choose the return period, which dates back from 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025. Then hit enter. So in case you have other incomes other than employment income, you need to come and declare them under this section where you'll be able to add a P&L account and also a balance sheet. But this will deal it with it next time, or when we have time we can be able to deal with it on how you can declare these other incomes which you received or in your operation in Kenya. So from there you need to enter the employment income. So the employment income is also provided under your PIN form. So you need to enter the PIN of your employer. So you can easily get it from the PIN form. So just come here and take this PIN and then come and populate it here. Then you need to enter the name of the employer. The name of the employer, you can also get it technically easily in your PIN form. So just come here and take the name of the employer here, copy it and come and paste it here to avoid a lot of mistake in case it is in PDF format. So in case you are a director and you earn some director's fees, you're supposed to come and populate them here. But in my case it's 0. I don't have any. So but I have other gross pay including salary, bonuses and allowance. So I just come here and take my gross pay from the PIN form, which is here. Then I need to come and populate it here in the Excel sheet. So after doing that, you can see that the total employment income is 511,000. Then I need to come here 200. Then I need to drill here and come to where we have sheet K, where you have the details of the pay deducted. So I come here and take the employer's PIN using the drop down arrow. Then I need to enter the name of the employer. So we had already populated it here. So just come here and choose to copy it. So just come here and choose to copy the name of the employer and then come and paste the name in the sheet K. We have the pay details. So I just come here. So it is already populated. So the KE details. So I just come here. Okay. So I need to come here and copy it. So let me come to where we have employee details. So I just come here. Okay. Let me try if I can copy it, or if I cannot copy it, I'll just get, so let me come to sheet K and paste it. Then you need to enter the taxable salary. So to get the taxable salary, you can get it from your PIN form. So the taxable salary is the salary which was subject to taxation. So in your case, you just come and look for something as taxable salary or chargeable pay. So just come here and copy it and then come in my Excel sheet and populate it here. Then you need to come here and calculate for get the taxable pay on taxable salary. So in order to get these, in your case, you are not allowed to deduct for personal relief, for annual personal relief, which is an amount of 2,400 per month, which accumulate to 28,800 in a year. So what you need to do, the tax payable on taxable salary, it is your pay amount. So it is your pay amount. So you need to come here and get the pay amount, which is this amount. So copy it, which is the tax corrected, which is an amount of the tax corrected on the taxable salary. Come and populate it here, which is equal to this, the amount of, which is equal to the amount of pay deducted. So the difference between these two, to know if we are right, it should add up to 0. So from there, because you are not eligible for any deduction, which is the annual personal relief, so you just get to R computation. So under the R computation, in case you had any contribution which you are making to the, let me come here, you can come here. So you can notice that we have the self-assessed. So we have the amount which you contributed to the affordable housing levy. So the amount which you contributed to affordable housing levy, as we always know, is the 1.5% of your gross pay. So your gross pay, as you see in the PIN form, it was an amount of 511,200. So we need to get 0.5% of that amount. So let me come here and clear. So we need to get 0.5%. 015 multiplied by 511 200, giving us a value of 7668. Just copy that amount. So let me click here, just copy that amount and come and populate that value here. That is the amount contributed to affordable housing levy. So the advantage with this is to technically reduce your tax liability. So you need to come here and choose the value of the social health insurance fund in case you are contributing to the scheme. So what you need to do here, you need to take 2.75% of your gross pay. So I'll just get back into my calculator and take 0.0275 multiplied by 511 200, giving us a value of 14,058, giving us 14,058, giving us a value of 14,058. Then we can drill down. So this is the amount of the tax liability which we are supposed to pay. As you can notice, we cannot be able to deduct any personal relief or any contribution to the defined pension scheme, since we are not a resident individual. So these are the deduction which we are able to do as per now. So after doing that, in case you had only employment income, you can choose to validate the sheets. So the sheets are technically complex, so that's why it is taking time to validate. So let us give it time to validate the sheet. Let us give it time. So as we are giving time, in case you have any query regarding how you can be able to do this, and also you have any additional details in your employment income as non-resident, you can reach me using the contact in the description or using the email which I provide in the description section, and we can be able to navigate through this. So I know it's usually not easy. It has not been made too easy for non-resident when it comes to filing of the employment income tax during the tenancy in Kenya. So what I need to do, the sheet are ready to download. As you can see, the sheet has been saved as the document. The date is today and the time is 6:57 in Kenya. So I just click OK. Then what I need to do, you need to get back into the KRA portal or server. So when you get into the portal, you need to come here. You need to enter the return period, and then you need to choose the file which you have downloaded from the Excel, which have been saved as the document, which is the income tax non-resident file, which is saved as the document, which is a zip, which is a compressed file. You need to come and populate the data. You need to enter the details in case you have any rental income. In my case, no. And then agree with the conditions, and after that you hit submit and you'll be able to submit your return. So you need to ensure that the data has been populated here, and also the type of return is original in case you are doing it for the first time, and then click submit. And that is how we usually file for the employment income tax for non-resident individual. The difference is negligible, is that you cannot be able to claim for annual personal relief, and you need to declare your income without that relief. But technically it's not complex. The difference is negligible, but that is the method which you usually use in this scenario. So in case you have any query regarding this, you can kindly reach me using the contact in the description or using my email in the description, and we can have conversation and consult.